Hey everybody, it's Shane with Empire Canine Services. Hope everyone's having a great day today. Today I'm going to be doing a video on training platforms. And what I mean by training platforms, I'm referring to canine reporting platforms. So programs that you can use to record you and your canine's progress. If you're a trainer and you're looking for a program that you can document all of your canine team's progress that you are training, if a client comes in and hires you, hey, I got to go in here and record, how everything went today. Worked the dog on this area, he sucked in this area, or done really well in this area. All right, that's what I'm doing today. So I've had a lot of questions on, what type of programs work really well, and I'm going to get to those. I'm going to lay those programs out. I'm going to show you what they look like and get into it. So I'm not going to talk too much on this intro part because I hate watching videos that have a long intro part because I really don't care. I just want to see what's going on. So let me dive right in. All right, so let's open this up. Here's one program here. It's called Cat's Canine. This is what I currently use right now for everything I do except for my other business aspect, and I'll get to that. So for this program, this is a program used for law enforcement, and it's used for private trainers. It's used for just a team, whether you're a search and rescue team, and you are looking for a program that you can use to keep records of everything that your dog has done, all of your performances. So I'm going to go in depth and explain everything about this program the best that I can, and if I don't answer a question that you want to know, please ask me, okay? I'll try. First things foremost, I am making this video to answer some questions to some individuals that have asked me. I am not sponsored by this agency. I am not advertising this program. I'm just answering some questions, so I just want everyone to know that, okay? If you find a program that works great for you, use it, all right? Dive right in. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and log in here and show you what this looks like. So if you purchase this program, this is how it's going to pop up looking, all right? And there's different areas in this program you can get. I have the premium, which has everything in it, all right? You can get, if you're a trainer, they have a trainer package. If you're just a canine trainer or a private trainer, you can get this just on that package. If you're a vendor, you can get it on that package. If you're a search and rescue team, you can get it on that package. All right, so pretty much I'm just going to dive right in and show you what the training part looks like. So on the training part, you just go over to training and you click on training. And this is what it looks like, okay? I'm going to create one so you can see how it actually looks. So I'm just going to use a Talon Rocco. This is my canine here. And the training number, I just let the system create it. If I'm making my own personal one, I can do that, but I'm just going to let the system create it because it will document it from, if I put this dog in the system today, all right, then automatically it'll start counting from 2019, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up, and it'll go up as high as it goes. So let's say we're doing a search and rescue, or a tracking training today, or just a search and rescue training, whatever we want. Track was just laid. I'm going out right now. Bam, I'm going to start it right now at 17:59 hours. All right. Take my dog out there. We get done with the track. We get back. Same date. We stop at, let's say, 18:30 hours. All right. Or we can change it if we want to do a 24-hour track, whatever you want. All right. Once you get that entered, just go to save. Now we go over here. And if you look over here, follow my mouse all the way to the right, you'll see all these training numbers here. The one right here with an unlock on it, that's the one I just created. So let's go over to activities right beside session details. Excuse me, and create activity. And this is what's going to pop up. So what type of training am I doing today? I'm going to do search and rescue training. Detection, you would check that if you're doing detection stuff, but let's go tab over because those are the same. The only time I'm going to change is I'm going to change this time right here to what I just put in to 18:30 hours. And it will automatically put the activity hours in once you get this completed. So don't worry if it just says 0. It puts it in at the end. Environment, where am I at? Today we're going to be working at a park. All right, grass, surface type, location. Let's just put New Park. And I'm doing this as a reference because you want to be able to add your locations wherever you're at. And if it doesn't, and all you see is I put that in there, it's not in there, but this little green check mark right here. Now it's in there. And a good part about this is weather details. If you are a law enforcement canine handler, these are crucial, okay? Your weather forecast, what's the overcast look like? Is it cloudy? Is it clear? Is it rainy? All right, the wind, what direction is the wind blowing, the temperature outside, all of that stuff is a factor in a report. Okay, so it puts it all in there for you. But for this search and rescue, sure, you want it in there as well, definitely. So objectives, once we get that done. What's our objective for this track? This track, what am I doing? We'll be working on increasing distance, adding several turns, and let's say we're doing training, so introducing water tracks as well. Introducing water in tracks. All right, there we go. And then how does his performance go when we done this? Was it unskilled performance, improvement needed, suitable performance? And all of this will go. So some of you that have used training platforms like this that keep tracks of all your records, it'll show you, if you go to there on the graph, it'll show you from where your dog started out unskilled here to where he was up, went excellent. Maybe he dropped down one day, then bam, he went all the way back up. That's one of those things here. So for this one here, I'd say typical performance for a seasoned dog. Now, one thing is, if you go and you do click on unskilled, you'll see this box here now pop up for correction training required. Okay, so how did he do? Did he not do good on turns? Did he overpass his turns? And you'd put that in there. Did not perform well on turns. If I can learn how to spell, on turns. All right, and that's in there. Now, if you go in here and you say he was a typical performance, behavior is expected by a seasoned dog. Say objectives met. If he did something on there that you didn't like, just go in here and just put corrective training there. All right, that way you can work on that. And this right here, I'm talking about the same thing if I am a trainer or anything else. And this is where that spot comes up. So objectives for today is right there. All right, comments. Now, if I'm a trainer, all right, and someone came to me and hired me to train their dog, then I would put this in there. And instead of writing everything in here just like that, you can go in here and add a snippet to where it looks like this. Now I can just insert that in there. All right, and this is one that I just created real quick. And you can design this however you want. This is just one I use. So link track, let's say 300 yards. All right, track direction, straight with 2 right and turns. Article used, what'd you use? Did you use a clothing article, a shirt, pair of pants, shoe? Did you use food? Some trainers do use food for starting out. And then narrative, blah, blah, blah. Tell them about your narrative. Now, here's the other part. This is an integratable, a compatible software back and forth with trainer and handler. So say that a handler comes in and hires me today to train their dog in search and rescue or obedience, or say they're going search and rescue, I will let them know about this program and say they are at home today and they're not with me and they go out and they work on a track. That handler can open up this program, go in here and be like, I worked on small tracking, canine wandered off to the left and didn't do so good. I didn't like that performance. Then what will happen is whenever I log on, I will see that a new report was made, and then I can go in here and I can be like, okay, this is something we will work on. This is expected with a very new dog that just started today, a week ago. We're working through that. Participants, if you got some people in there you want to add, that are working out there with you that day, land the tracks, you can add them in there if you want. And that's how that part would work. And then another part, if you're working on, if this is an agency, like a law enforcement agency or a big search and rescue agency team, you're going to have your supervisors, then you're going to have your dog handlers. The other part is follow my mouse all the way down here. See it right here? You'll see it's approved. They can actually go in here and look at your reports, approve them, deny them. Some people like that, some people don't. But other parts, if you have some images, you can upload images, upload some documents, and also add participants. One of the things I do like about this program is it's compatible with PC and Mac. I am a sole Mac user. I do not like PC. I hate that system. It is the worst system created, if you ask me. I just don't like it. Some people do. If you do, I'm sorry. I just don't like it. I have my preference. But I really like Mac, and this works on Mac, and I'm glad. Because that's a hard part, is trying to find some programs that are compatible with Mac and Apple. Not every program are out there like that are compatible back and forth. This one is. So that's why I'm using it. Another part is, say that I have a a handler, say I just certified a handler today, they're out on their own now, or say we're still currently working together. Follow my mouse up here to the top right here, you'll see this little mail signature. Just click right there, and what I can do is I can go in here and I can send him a message, he can send me a message. Integratable, just compatible just like that. I don't know why I keep saying integratable. But a very good program. Now let's go over to incidents. Now this is if your incidences are where, if you're you're a certified team, you're out there working. Now this is if you're law enforcement or whether you're on a search and rescue team, whatever it may be, a cadaver team, whatever it may be. But for incidents, let's go in here, 2019 01. Let's just put that, date and time, whatever it may be, unit assigned. This is where you'd put your unit number here, and you just put your unit in here. I'm just going to put canine unit because it's just there. So incident type, what are we going out there for? Missing person. If it's something else you're being called out for, remember you can add it in there. It's very simple. Walk around. Okay, if it's in there, you can just put it in there. Just add it. Missing person, we'll leave it there just like that because we're acting like we're making a real thing here. So deployment date and time. I'm getting called out right now. That's my deployment date and time. I'll document that really quick on a piece of paper if I want. And clear date and time. If I get there and we find them, 3 hours later, whatever it may be. Let's just take this up to 2300, 11 o'clock. Street address. Where were we at? 22222 so and so lane. So lane. Just you get the point on that. The city location, everything across. The weather forecast is in there. All the way down here at the very bottom, you'll see on the left-hand side on the bottom, you'll see call out, where you called out. Okay, call out date and time. Was you requested by another agency? Okay, what outside agency was you put in there? And if they have a report number, you can put referencing their report number in here. And also, if you look here, you see submit to supervisor. So this is on your law enforcement parts, your big search and rescue departments who have an immediate supervisor. They will review your you can send this straight to him. He'll get on here, review it, and then approve or disapprove your report. Summary. And everything's in here in a row. So top left, so top down, left, right. Everything's across. Summary. What was the summary? Responded out there for a missing person, wandered off in the woods, has dementia, and got lost. We'll say that. Activities. This is where you go in here and put your activities just like on the other part, and then your narrative. Put your narrative in there. Your persons. Now, I'm going to have to save this, so I'll have to save it so it'll show all of this stuff here. There we go. So activities will pop up where I'll create an activity, I'll create a narrative. Persons, if you find a person or the person you're looking for, you can add them in there. The vehicle, if there's a vehicle involved. If you're a law enforcement officer and in this track there was a apprehension that took place, force used, or whether you provide the force. Photos for that. Add photos. If you're doing a narcotic search around a vehicle, for an example, and your dog scratches the car because he's an aggressive, alert dog, and he's not passive. All right. Some agencies want you to take a photograph of the damages your dog done to the paint. Take the photos, upload them onto this system or onto your reports, and then documents. If you have documents, you can upload them onto the system as well. And everything saves in here. And that's that. I'm going to go and delete this incident out of here because obviously I don't need this. But going forward with a lot of this will meet your law enforcement and every other training need that you have. And you can go back and forth. You can, if you're a trainer, go over here to admin. You'll see where it says canines. You can see where it says teams. Someone brings a dog and hires you today. Go in here, click on this, add the canine right there. All right, and that's pretty much how that one uploads there. Now for the other programs that I was going over with you guys on that part is this one again, like I said, is CATS Canine Platinum. Yeah, that's the website here. And then one of the other ones that I did use in the past, which is not a bad program. I'll bring it up here for you. And it's called Code Blue Designs. All right. Now, I don't have this program anymore because I stopped using it, but this is another program here. It's a very good program. I really like this program, but one of the downfalls about this program is it's only PC compatible. It doesn't work on Mac. So that's one of the reasons why I stopped using this program. But again, this one is you can use for trainers. You can use this for private search and rescue teams, law enforcement agencies as well. And it's also got the supervisor approval parts on there. So it'll go in there and show you everything that you need on that part. So this is one of the two probably main programs I would ever recommend for, really good and positive record keeping programs. Now for businesses wise, as your training business, if you're going to be selling merchandise from your shop as well, then one of the programs that I would highly recommend is one that I use. Now I use two programs. For my business, I train canines, I sell canines, I also sell leashes, collars, prong collars, and materials as well. So I sell all of those. So I have to have two programs. This is the program here that I use for if a client comes in and says, hey Shane, I would like to hire you for search and rescue, or I want to hire you for this. Then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to put their name in that. So let me open it up here and show you really quick exactly what it looks like. This is the out part here, what it'll look like. If somebody comes to me today, you'll see on the far right hand side is following the mouse here. If I'm going too fast, I'm sorry, I'll try to slow down. Someone comes in and hires me today. What I'll do is I'll go into clients. I'll go to add new client. And I'll just add them right here. When I get done, I will, when I press add client, it'll also pop up and say, go ahead and add their dog. All right, so I'll add their dog. When I go to, if I want to check them out, I can just go right here, say basic obedience. I can just click on whatever basic obedience part they're purchasing, add it in there. See, if I want to add a product, say they're wanting to buy a collar, I'll go and add that. How many collars want to buy? They want to buy 1, 2, you can add as much as you want. And here's the plus side, is on training, that's a professional service, so you don't provide tax. But this is a sale for the Herm Springer collar. It will automatically put the tax in there for you. Now here's one of the things I like. If they're sitting right here, if they want to pay with a card, you can put their card number right inside here. If they're paying with cash, whether they're paying with check, put their check number in. Or say that they're not with you. They're calling you today, hey, can you sell me this prong collar and mail it to me? Okay, great. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to click on invoice. And right here I'll click invoice. I'll put that down there. What'll happen is I'll put their information in there, their phone number, their email, and once I click this little button right here, it'll send it straight to their phone, it'll send it straight to their email, and they can pay through their phone or their email just like you're checking out on PayPal or anything else. As far as, creating appointments, and I'll just go to a new appointment if I want, and I'll just create an appointment there. I'll give you an example of what the calendars look like. So say for this one here, I'll click on this one. That explains here, so I'll click here. This will explain like the part of the dog that I'll be training right here. You can put the dog's picture in here. You can click on client info, details. It'll explain everything, but it all pops up. Week-to-week basis, it'll show when you're closed, and so forth. And also one of the big parts about this program is taxes. All right, some programs are not very good at that. They just don't calculate it properly. This program does. So profit and loss sheet, print it off, give it to your accountant, insert your right here. Let me see here. So expenses, you go in here, expenses main, put in all your expenses and your vendors that you're purchasing stuff off of. So that's one of the other programs I would recommend. As far as another program kind of like this, there's several out there. If you're looking on the cheap end, it's not very expensive. Guest Pet, it's not bad at all. It works on all systems. I have used this before. It's not bad. You can do a trial for it to test it. But this here, you have different variations of programs. It's all built inside of it. Obviously, if you want the trainer aspect, if you want the kennel management aspect, if you're going to be running a kennel, you can do the kennel. You're going to be doing a daycare, veterinarian employee, stuff like that. That's one here. I have used this. I just didn't have everything that I wanted, so that's why I stopped using it. This one here is not a very expensive program. it does work for what I need. That's why I'm using it. So as far as money wise, this one's not too awfully expensive, but it's also not too awfully cheap, but it's not bad. So I would definitely try Pawfinity out, and you can also do a trial on it as well, and just to see if you like it. But again, for law enforcement wise, for trainers wise, 2 programs: Cat's Canine or Code Blue Designs. Those are the main ones, and like I said, a lot of it will come out looking like this right here. You'll see a lot of this here. It'll show up for you, and you can see different, like I said right here, if you look here, you'll see search and rescue, how they have the search and rescue part on this, and you can also get this to where you save it only into your system. This is how much it'll cost here. Or you can go in there and purchase it to where you own the program and it saves to your system, but then you're going to get memory just in your system nonstop. So I always use the cloud system. That way, if I want to log on in another system, I'll just log on in another system. But those are the main programs. I hope this has answered some questions for you. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them the best that I can. Again, both of these programs are good for trainers. They're good for law enforcement officers that are canine units, and they're also good for private search and rescue teams. So those are the ones that I would recommend. Again, if you have any questions, just shoot me an email or put in the comment box below. Thanks for watching, guys.